How do you view your suppliers? Do you think of them as simply warehouses full of equipment that just might fit into one of your upcoming projects? Or do you depend on a trusted source to steer you to an effective solution? How do you choose the products that you specify? Do you just pick from a list of approved products, or do you copy and paste from another bill of materials? Or do you search for the best solution for your customer and for your company? How do you become informed about new technologies and solutions? Do you wait around for the next step to come in with the next rep to come in with a free lunch? Or do you wait for the next Infocom show, fight the crowds, and hope you can visit all the booths? Or do you look for information online when you need it?
Well, I can make an educated guess about the kinds of people we have here today because after all, they're watching our coffee break.
So they're smart.
Yeah, very smart. But there are so many others. Perhaps even those that are working right next to you in your offices. They're so busy that they don't have the time to even think about new solutions. So today we're going to share some ideas with you that we believe will make your jobs easier and provide you with the information you need when you need it as you grow your partnership with Starin and we grow together with you. I'm Clay Stalka.
And I'm Neil Weber. Last time we came to you live from Starin's Winterfest in New Buffalo, Michigan. Now you might be wondering what Winterfest was all about. Well, it was a gathering of our teams from all aspects of our business so that we could share our vision for our partner relationships and discover new and innovative ways that we could make the lives of our partners easier and more profitable.
And we all agree that today our partners need the information at a moment's notice, at any time of the day or night. Whether it's price and availability, application support, or perhaps how do I configure this device from a tech out in the field.
And we also agree that people like to do business like this as well. After all, there is a good reason that companies like Amazon.com are doing so well while the brick and mortar companies are struggling.
Well, why do you think that is, Neil?
Well, I think it's because nobody has time in their busy days to hop in the car and drive to the store and talk to somebody about a product that they can learn about themselves on the internet.
Yeah, I read somewhere that about 90% of all buying decisions are made before the prospect ever talks to a salesperson.
That's totally true, and the reason for that is because all the education and research on a product can be done over the internet in the privacy of your own home or office. And at that point, the decision becomes an emotional one. It's not based on rational thought that can be influenced by the traditional salesperson. Why? Well, because you're convinced beyond a doubt that you found the right product for the task.
And I learned recently that traditional advertising isn't as effective anymore for that exact same reason.
Yeah, and did you know that the typical American has seen over 2 million TV commercials by the time they reach 30?
Oh, man.
That means you and I have seen like 70 million. Television viewers watch commercials one after the other, and they all seem to blend into each other, right? Or into one big commercial. And at the end of the day, the viewers don't really differentiate between one brand or the other. I think we've all felt the same way when we're watching a football game on TV. Your team scores a big touchdown. You actually feel like you were on the team because you've got a vested interest in the outcome of the game. It's the same way with products. It's an emotional thing. If somebody thinks a product is really cool, it's linked to self-awareness and emotions, and there's simply no logic behind that.
And since we're so bombarded by these crazy commercials, and even some with pretty images and sexy-looking situations, our whole purchasing environment is kind of numb to that thought and logic. And especially with all the emotional bling associated with new technologies, we just can't sell the way we used to.
That's so true. And one of the things that we've discovered is that successful brands create stories. You're not just purchasing a product, but you're buying a membership into a community. The perfect example of that, obviously, is Apple. Steve Jobs created this community where Apple users felt like they were actually part of a movement. They have a vested interest in the product family, and they feel good about it.
Yeah, that's how emotion works in this whole thing.
Well, exactly. And that's what we're doing here at Starin. We're building a community, and you're part of that community. We started with our AV meetups around the country where we brought the community to a city near you. We didn't waste time pitching products. We sat down with you and had a drink together. We talked about you and what Starin could do to help you be more successful.
And we began having these coffee breaks so that you could learn more about us and about the technologies that we're passionate about. And more importantly, we wanted to share our vision for where our industry is going and give you some insight into some of the products that we believe can get us all there.
And to get us all over the hump of integrating into the network space, we created our AV over IP initiative. We created a series of video sessions with Professor Phil Hippensteel from Penn State University to assist our community of partners as we transition distributing and controlling AV over the network.
And we've rolled on with AV over IP by introducing new solutions that dramatically lower the cost and the difficulty of streaming 4K video and controlling rooms over the existing IP network.
We're not coming around as much taking up your time with another dog and pony show either. Because most of these new technologies are all software driven, and because there's not much difference in the way a box looks and feels anymore, we're able to provide the information you need in a short Skype call or with a quick video overview that you can watch when you have a few minutes.
And we're rolling out our new Synergy Center website shortly, where all of our videos, tutorials, training sessions, case studies, and documentation will be found. They'll be easily searchable, and they'll be available to you 24/7. So now, if your tech is having trouble in the field after hours, he or she can go online and find a short video or perhaps a document that'll take them through the process without having to wait for a manufacturer callback, sit on hold someplace, or have to leave the site and then come back again tomorrow.
Yeah, that's for sure. Not to mention timely articles on topics that will affect the way we all work today and in the future.
Right, Neil.
And dig this, we'll have a community section where all of our partners like yourselves can share ideas, thoughts, and experience with other like-minded professionals from all over the country. You'll also be able to exchange ideas with manufacturers directly on things like, product updates, new product offerings, and also share end-user experiences.
And we're expanding our community to include continuing education as well. Melissa Dillman, Infocom's Technology Educator of the Year, has joined the Starin team. So you'll be able to take your technology training directly from us and earn your CTS renewal credits right in our community here as well.
While it's clear we've got a lot going on for you to take part in here, it's been a good 7 minutes since we've tried to sell you something. So I'm sure many of you are in the business of selling technology solutions. So I want Clay to quickly go over one of the special new solutions that you really should know about.
Absolutely, Neil. Can't miss that cue.
That's right.
So Visionary Solutions is one of the most progressive and forward-thinking AV over IP manufacturers that are out there today. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen their Dante audio distribution products, and perhaps you've even seen their IPTV solutions as well. They work great, and they're extremely cost-effective. So, for today, let's say you need to distribute 4K video and audio around a building. Now, it could be for digital signage or video walls, or it could be for live video feeds in a house of worship or a school or something. Traditionally, this has been done by modulating RF channels over a coax cable infrastructure. And, that's still being done in a lot of places today. It requires a lot of hardware. I'm sure you all know, I'm probably preaching to the choir here. Modulators, amplifiers, splitters, and of course a tuner at each display. And if it isn't already installed, you need good high bandwidth RG6 type coax cable that supports a full HD or 4K signal, and that's really expensive.
Oh yeah.
Now, how many folks do the HD base T thing? Probably quite a few of you. So by using HD base T extenders with a matrix switcher to distribute video and audio around a facility, you got one problem. The maximum length for 4K is just 230 feet. And for 1080p HD video, it's 330 feet. And that can be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So today, Visionary Solutions has a solution that lets you distribute your 4K video and audio over an IP network, no matter the distance, And you can switch sources and displays in software from anywhere on the network. All you need is an E4000 encoder for each source and a D4000 decoder for each display. So we'll look at this diagram from the top on down. You see we have several sources. Now those sources are connected to an encoder. Each encoder is connected on the network through a gigabit switch. Oh, by the way, I should interject that the gigabit switch doesn't have to be any kind of special switch. It's just an off-the-shelf gigabit switch, all right?
I gotcha.
Each display device is connected to a decoder that's also connected on the network. You also notice there's a PC on the network. Now, here is where we'll run a piece of software to easily let us set the routing exactly the way we want it. Now, you also see that towards the bottom here, we have another gigabit switch connected to the first switch over a fiber backbone. So let's imagine that this section is located some distance away. Perhaps it's even in another building on a campus. Here we connect to a 3x2 video wall with 6 decoders. Now in reality it could be multiple individual displays like we had in the first location. So you get the picture. You can see how easy it'd be to distribute HD or 4K video all over the place right across the existing gigabit network. Then you use the included Vision Light software to route more than one source to more than one destination. Just think of it like a virtual matrix switcher. Then Video Light automatically discovers all the endpoints on your network.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it really is. And then you can choose any encoder or decoder and configure it right from the screen. Now, from the configuration menu here, you can set IP addresses, add custom names for each device, and here you can configure how the video will go together across a video wall, as you see in the lower right. You can then drag any source to any display to send that video while watching the video thumbnails in real time.
That is really easy.
Yeah, it is. And you can clearly see what's playing where, and in the case of the video walls, you can also make sure it looks exactly the way you want it and make adjustments if necessary. So everybody, that's the simplicity of streaming 4K video around a building with visionary solutions, and at a fraction of the cost of any other quality systems.
So speaking of the cost, let's have a look. So if we use HD base T as a comparison, we'll need, say, 5 sources and 3 standalone displays and 1 3x2 video wall. We'll use 5 HD base T transmitters and 4 HD base T receivers, and an 8x8 HD base T matrix switcher, and a video wall processor. And then, of course, we're going to need a couple spools of CAT cable and RJ45 connectors and labor to pull all that cable. Now I'm going to estimate that it comes out to about $9,200 or $9,500 plus all the cable pulling labor. Now, on the other side, we need just 5 Visionary Solutions E4000 encoders and 9 D4000 decoders. Hang them all on the network and configure them in Vision Light software, and that comes out to $6,930 dealer cost, and you're going to need very, very little labor. So there you have it. Clay, I'm a little disappointed you haven't given us any jokes today.
All right, I got one for you. So this guy walks into a bar with a duck on his head, and the duck says, "Get this drunk off my ass."
All right. Hey, let's give away a $50 gift card to one of our lucky partners who joined us here today. Congratulations to Pamela Anderson, for joining us again at an AV Meetup coffee break. Pamela, if you're the real Pam Anderson, we're going to need you to turn on your webcam. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Well, that was a good joke, but didn't you like mine?
No, not really.
Oh, boy. So please tell all your friends and coworkers to join us in 2 weeks at this same time, because, you might be the next $50 gift card winner.
That's for sure. Hey, thanks for giving us your 20 minutes today, or in this case about 14 minutes, to become an important part of the Starin community, where we value you and we're glad you're here. We can also help each other grow our business together. That's the point of today's meeting.
And please join us again on Friday, February the 10th for a very special edition of our AV Meetup Coffee Break. We'll have our special guests with us from Braun Consulting, so you won't want to miss that.
These
And
guys
please,
are very good, yeah.
yeah, they really are. They teach us, I mean, they're great people. And please remember, you can go to our website and watch any of our AV Meetup sessions on demand.
So for more information, to set up a demo, or to dive deeper into any of our products with a personalized online workshop, please contact your Starin Business Development Manager directly, or you can always email us here at myteam@starin.biz.
Yeah, and since my ugly mug is up on the screen here or whatever to the left, I'll tell everybody that, if you have any questions on this Visionary Solutions product line, don't hesitate to call me directly and I'll be glad to go over it with you.
That's right. Clay is our Market Development Manager for the product category. So our time's up, and we do promise to address your questions and interest directly, and it might even be our boy Clay who calls or emails you with your answer. So we'll see you again on Friday the 10th with our special guests from Braun Consulting. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
So long, everyone.